Welcome to the Brant and Sherri Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To order Brant's latest book, Life is Hard, God is Good, Let's Dance, or to find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.
Oh, this is great. Mm-hmm. This is just absolutely great. I am so happy.
What is it?
Women now, according to this survey, prefer bald men.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Why? What's because you're getting older. Is that why?
This is the one, even as a toddler,
Yes.
like I got hair.
Okay.
And I still have hair.
I was gonna say as you get older.
Yeah, that's the one. Like
that's the one thing you're holding
that's my
on
one
to
flex.
here. Yeah.
I got nothing else.
And now women
And now
are
it's
like,
we just don't really like hair anymore. Of course, right? Thanks. Well, glad I was able to land my wife when I
She's
did,
okay, yeah.
in spite of my hair. A lot of people have marriage anniversary, wedding anniversaries, whatever you call it. Sorry,
time where
including me.
Yes, it's this month. That's why I'm interested on why you're not sure what it's called.
I know it's an
You know-
anniversary.
you know
we
it's an
have
anniversary.
plans. We have big plans.
You do?
Yeah,
Great.
we're doing a trip.
Yay.
So
do you know where?
Yeah, I told you.
Okay. But you
not gonna
seem
announce
so,
it
I
on
know
air.
you don't have to, but you just seem to. Okay, yes, good. You have a trip and you know where you're going.
Yeah, it's great.
Great.
We're
she
very
won't
excited
be.
about
She
it.
won't be there by herself, looking around, wondering where you are.
No, we both know where we're going at the same time. Sherri.
Great.
Anyhow, what I was
Yes.
going to say was I was thinking of some of the stuff I've learned, like genuinely learned
Great.
over time.
All right.
And one thing I've been thinking about this a lot lately, I've been talking a lot about it lately, is that my tone of voice. My tone of voice, our voices, guys, we can be scary unintentionally. We think we're just making a point emphatically, and it's actually threatening.
I was gonna ask because of a man in the tonality.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a voice that can scare off animals. I mean, we can yell, and it's very intimidating. But women are attuned in a different way, and it's not enough for me to just be right and say, no, I just said it this way, okay? Like, that alone is threatening. I've had to learn be kind. And when we're having a disagreement, the tone of my voice means everything. It really does. I don't want her to be threatened by me. Look, we all know this. It's no big surprise. Our culture's really messed up. We value the wrong things.
Yeah.
We do that as individuals too, often. But our culture's we don't value a lot of people like we should. We value people who act and sing. Okay, good. I was thinking about other people too. I want to do a little, what we used to call a shout out back in the day. To, I'm just going to pick a task. It's on the list of toughest jobs.
Yeah.
Roofers. You're superstars. Thank you. We need roofs.
Yeah.
Your work matters deeply. Do not think it's just a way that you're making money. You're protecting people, older people, children, people who couldn't possibly do the roofing.
You're literally covering us.
Yeah, you're literally covering us. That's worthy of a little bit of attention, I think, so thank you. Trying to get it going.
What?
I still want to be... I feel sheepish.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I still want to be called the Hawk.
Okay.
Brant the Hawk Hansen. I think it'd be so cool.
Was that the one? I thought there was another one.
No, I forget that one.
Okay, no, okay,
But the
right.
Hawk is the one. I mean, it's really hard.
Well, what
To
does
get
that?
it-
What does it even mean? Usually, a
just cool.
nickname goes along with the persona of the person. So why would we be calling you that? Okay. Yeah. See, if you're stumped, so are we.
Yeah, I see your point. Sherri, you know what?
I have a point.
It's a real good point. In case you're new, I wrote a book called Unoffendable, and one of the stories I tell in it, I tell it a lot whenever I'm talking about anger and forgiveness and living this sort of life, but it's a story that involves a limousine that picks up, a losing football team at the end that I was coaching at the end of the season in a very surprising way. I thought this was really sweet. I got a note from Mike, who listens. He's in Montana, or his friend runs an organization in Montana for victims of sex trafficking. And they have 4 rescued residents now that have gone through this video series I did about Unoffendable.
Wow.
And I end the last one telling that story about the limousine that came for this team that we weren't very good. And they did something really remarkable. They surprised 4 women were in this group. And as soon as they finished the study, he said they really enjoyed the study, but as soon as they finished, he had them go outside and he had a stretch limo waiting for them.
Oh my goodness.
And they all went out to eat, and they went to Dairy Queen for dessert and had a good time. But I thought that was
That is amazing.
pretty awesome. Like, that is really next level neat. I never thought about
What is
somebody
his
doing
name?
that. Well, his name is Mike.
Mike, you are a keeper
Yeah.
of the garden, sir.
Yeah, I think he is. And he was talking about Lowell, who runs this organization
Yeah,
too. But
that's,
both like,
wow.
yeah, man, there you go. Hey, just a quick reminder, if you're interested in helping us, this would actually help us. Sherri and I both bank with America's Christian Credit Union, and it's a really sweet thing. What they do is fund a lot of adoptions and ministries and missions. Very happy with it. And if you want to support the show, they're a sponsor, so if they see traffic coming from our show, they'll be like, hey, let's keep sponsoring that.
And that's always nice.
And if not, they should be like, forget it.
Right.
So if you go to branthansen.com, you can find out more. Scroll down there. Again, we can tell you we really love it. America's Christian Credit Union, and you'll find it if you scroll down at branthansen.com. If you don't mind, would you do me a favor? Because I have my wedding anniversary coming up soon, so I was thinking about things I would tell people I've learned over the course of our marriage.
Yeah.
And just talking to guys here, I'm reminded of something. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. It's awful to be a kid or a woman in a home with a guy who's a source of insecurity.
Oh.
It's awful. And being a source of consistency and security, if you're actually a source of consistency and security, it's fantastic. It's the opposite. It's so good. If you're doing that, I was talking about my tone of voice, being less scary,
Yes.
being more gentle with the people in my home. But if you can work on that and you're doing that, you're killing it. It's fantastic. There's nothing better. Like, it's either going to be awful, source of insecurity, or source of security. And if you do the security thing, you're killing it. I want to talk about something else, but I just got an email that popped through from Brant Hansen. He said, keep up the good work, the great work.
Wait a minute, what?
Yep. Keep up the great work, Brant. You're still awesome. Brant. It's still my friend in Utah who gets all of my emails.
This is from the Utah Hansen,
And
yes.
I got an encouraging note that he passed along from the Good Friday breakfast I spoke at.
Oh, okay.
So he read it like, hey, that's great. And just sent it along.
That's sweet
so
that he
funny
still
to me.
passes
I
it
know.
along. That is very sweet.
It's so great. He's a great guy. Okay, so I wanted to talk about something kind of different. It's just something I was thinking about, in case you're interested at all. I was thinking about dominion, like that humans were given dominion over the earth.
Yeah, depending on your background and your denomination or your I hear a lot of that in
Oh, do you?
my church background. In
Interesting.
charismatic and Pentecostal, there's a lot of
Okay.
emphasis placed on that. I don't know if it's in the correct context or not,
I don't
but there
know.
is a lot of
I'm probably not coming at it from that angle. But
Okay,
what I was
good.
thinking was, okay, when that was written, thousands of years ago, like, it wouldn't be immediately obvious that humans had dominion over the earth, right?
How
I mean,
so?
like you're in a desert, nomadic, goat herding,
You wouldn't have a context for it.
like,
Yeah.
and in fact, that culture, as I understand it, views the sea, for instance, as being chaos, and don't go there. Basically, it's like that's representative of chaos and darkness, and that shows up in a lot of the Old Testament literature. The idea that it starts with you have dominion over the fish of the sea. Like, what in the world? I was just thinking about. I'm sure people have written about this, and I'm late to the party. But I was literally thinking that would be so. That's not obvious. In fact, if you come into contact with wild animals, you fear them. Like, we're walking upright here. We're exposed. Like at least an animal on all fours, you get your heart on the bottom there. Like, we're standing up. Here's all my internal organs. Have at it.
Have at it. Yeah.
Like, what? We have dominion over the whole earth? That's really remarkable that was the thought.
Yeah.
And then it's remarkable that it's undeniably true. We do. And I think you can also interpret that as responsibility. I'm not talking about domination, but like you have responsibility for even the fish of the sea. Well, guess who can overfish the oceans and eliminate entire species?
It's true.
It's humans. Guess who can, like the people who are, I would say, more alarmist than me on the climate, like you're attributing the power to humans that no other creature has. Thousands of years ago, they would say, that's really wild. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every other living creature that moves on the ground. Like I just think that would have been unthinkable absent divine inspiration.
Good point.
Right?
Yeah.
We're a really big deal too. That's one of my other takeaways too. Like Second Timothy says this, it's in Revelation too. Like, what will you spend eternity doing? Reigning, like having dominion. God's going to, like, we're being trained to do that. So that's a big deal. We need to be able to be trustworthy with that. We need to become trustworthy with our own kingdoms so that we're ready for that.
Developing his nature and his character in us.
Bam.
Yeah.
And that's why he's doing it, because I'm getting you ready to reign. It says that in Scripture, and it's so what we want to do now is bring our kingdom, whatever kingdom we have, into his, because that's or if we don't, our kingdoms go bananas. Yeah. And the world goes bazonkers, and we don't do a good job of having responsibility for the fish of the sea. If it's not brought into his kingdom, all the animals wind up suffering. Anyway, I was just thinking about that's so wild that it says that, because that would make no sense outside of divine inspiration. And whether people believe the Bible is true or not, they can't deny that we have dominion. We are the ones who have responsibility. It's obvious. Hear me out. It's the start of a headline I just saw.
Okay.
Vogue magazine.
Uh-huh.
Hear me out. What if Gen Xers are actually the cool ones?
What?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Hear me out. What if but it's a millennial who's going, hey, maybe we didn't realize.
Okay.
But okay, so here's my take on that.
Yes.
We don't care. We're both Gen X.
Right.
So we don't care.
That's right.
Which makes us even more cool. That's what's ironic about it.
We weren't worrying ourselves about that opinion in the first place. That's right.
But that makes us even more cool.
Yeah. We were always the cool ones.
Every time we turn around.
The Brant and Sherri Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.